A very good morning to all of you. This is Shweta Gandhi, an IELTS trainer from Osas Group, and I'm back again with one of the important topics of today's lecture, and that is writing task 2, which is one of my important topics and which is considered as a very good topic because this is a good module, I can say. Why? Because in this particularly writing task 2, that is an essay writing, where you need to write good things with good thoughts, with good productivity, where you are completely, after reading, you completely feel exhausted and you want to write something good. Now in that case, IELTS, particularly this examination, has given you a proper format to go with. In today's session, I will let you know what is the importance of introduction and what is the importance of conclusion, how to write your essay with proper formatting in introduction part and in conclusion part. There is a reason why I have taken this one topic today, that how to write introduction, because when you start writing essay, introduction is that particular fascinating thing that examiner feels that if you are writing good introduction, it will help you out to understand what you are writing inside the paragraphs. There are 4 body paragraphs in essay writing. So when you are writing introduction, this is the only, the simple part is, if I can say, it's a general quote that first impression is the last impression, right? So what is that? The first impression is your introduction. The first line of your essay is introduction. So if you're writing it good, don't you think it will be worth that? It will help the examiners to understand what you are writing deep inside it. So introduction is nothing. It is a simple task. It will help you out to understand the importance of topic, the response of topic, and how to give your response in a well-defined way with the proper opinion. So dear students, in today's session, as you know that we always on Saturday help you out to understand the importance of IELTS with taking every type of questions of the modules, whether it is listening or reading or writing or speaking. Every part we have covered. If you want to go, you can check our previous live sessions. You can check the importance. You can check our webinars on our site. There's the IELTS tutorials also, where you will be provided 20 free practice tests. So every moment we are there to help you out. Today, for those students specifically who are struggling with their writing part, I am going to discuss 2 important major tasks, that is how to write introduction and how to write conclusion. When you are opening your introduction, when you are opening your essay, it is important how to open it. What is the importance? How to write paraphrase? How can we go for general statement? All these things are important. But on the other hand, when you are going to write the conclusion, it is important to close your essay also. If you are not closing your essay, if you are leaving your essay by writing only body para 2 and then after that just one line conclusion, only one line, no, it is not at all worth to write the whole essay then. So many examiners tell you that if you are not finding good time to write the whole essay, if you are finding that you have only 20 minutes or 25 minutes, or you are not, anyhow, if you are not able to manage your time in your examination, just write conclusion. It is important. If you are crisping your thoughts of body para 1 and 2 in 3-4 lines and then write conclusion, it will be worth, because you have covered all the 4 body paragraphs. Okay, so let's begin. What is it? How we can go with the introduction and conclusion. But before this, let me give you a precise detail that introduction, there are 4 body paragraphs in writing essay. Well, in writing module we have 2 tasks. Task 1 is different. is for academic and general different, but task 2 is same for academic and general, and that is essay writing, where you need to write 250 words to 280 words. Many students, they are writing more than 300 words, 350 words. Sometimes they end themselves up to 400 words, or sometimes they write short words like underline. They do not write up to 250. So both these cases are not good. If you are writing too much, again, how good you are writing doesn't matter at all. The importance is you need to cover your task within a short time and with a crisp format. So, introduction, there is one particular paragraph. The second paragraph is body paragraph 1, where you need to support the first idea or the first view. The second is second paragraph, that is body paragraph 2, and then after it is conclusion. Yes, indeed, many trainers say about that you should write 5 paragraphs. No, but I don't recommend. It is about the crisp writing. It is about how good you are at this. So make examiners understand or attract or make themselves, that you are going to write only 4 paragraphs and you will be writing in a crisp format covering all the points that are in your topic. So I'll not go in detail today about what is BP1 and BP2, that's body para 1 and 2. No, today I'm focusing on how good you can open your introduction, because the first impression is whether you are writing in a proper way or not, the 2, 3, 4 lines of your introduction. The important fact of introduction is just write not more than 50 words in introduction. There is a format that you need to write up to 280 words. It is not mentioned that you need to write only 280 words. It is not at all mentioned. But yes, it is mentioned that minimum 250 words you need to write. So what I believe, that if they are giving you minimum words, make your maximum word limit, that is 280. If you are going beyond how good you are writing, you will be ending yourself up only to 6.5 bands. So go with the good words, go with the good length, go with the good ideas, and go with the format. This is the only key to get 6.5 plus bands. Because if you are writing so good but you are not in a format, but you are not adding some important words, again the minimum bands for good English writer is 6.5. But if you are writing in a proper format, you will be of course getting 7 bands, and this is what I want, because many students are struggling with 7 bands in writing. They are not getting it. The reason is only this: out of format 6.5, in format 7 bands. Okay, so let's go and let's look out what is the strategy and what is the way to go for 7 bands. Okay, so particularly this presentation will assist you in the content of IELTS introduction, how to write the background statement. Now you need to understand what is background statement, and how to write the thesis statement, how to paraphrase effectively, how long your introduction should be. So particularly in this 1 hour, I will let you know that how you can go with the proper introduction content, means what you need to write. This is also important. Second thing, what is background statement? Now when you are starting, when you are going to write your essay writing, so this is important to write the background statement. Background statement we can sometimes call general statement. This is optional, I can say, but for band 7 students it is important. Try to write background statement. If you are writing it, it will act as a hook point, and it will connect to your paraphrase or to your topic. Thesis statement. Now if the person who is completely new to this presentation, right now from this slide you will not be able to understand what is thesis statement. I'll let you know What is thesis statement? Just after a few minutes. For those students who do not know, we'll let you know. And then how to paraphrase effectively. Now paraphrase is the key of whole IELTS. Okay, so what is paraphrase? Paraphrase is all about, you need to write the synonyms, you need to rewrite the topic in your own words. Okay, so particularly paraphrasing is important, and it is also important to understand how long your introduction should be. I already told you that your introduction should not be more than 50 words. Maximum words you can use in your introduction is, are in 50 words. Try to concise yourself in your word limit. Always try to learn about the word limit. That word limits for introduction part is under 50 words. I always write my essay and want to always close my essay introduction up to 45 words. If I am going more than this, I cannot feel that I have written this in a crisp format. So make this thing happen. Try to limit your introduction to 50 words, under 50, no more than 50 words. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to make you understand about the conclusion. What is conclusion? Why today I have chosen this topic? The reason is, if you know the opening and closing, then you might understand the fascination, the importance of the proper handwriting or the proper writing of your thoughts. Okay, so let's see what is conclusion. Ask yourself first thing, do you think the conclusion is important in writing task 2? The answer is yes. The conclusion part is very important. And why it is important? Because now you are going to end your introduction, end your writing part, and this writing part ending will tell you, or will submit all the things to the examiner, that yes, you have understood the topic well and you have covered the topic in a proper way. And conclusion is nothing but the summarized form of your essay. Whatever you have written in your body para 1 and 2, just write the keywords in the conclusion, and we'll let you know how to write conclusion also. Okay, then there are some strategies. Okay, the next is, do you think having no conclusion is a serious problem for your band score? Yes. Again, the answer is yes. If you are not writing conclusion, trust me, you will end yourself up to 5.5 bands. If you are writing conclusion but you are not writing in a systematic way or with the proper format, there is a chance you will get 6 bands. But if you are not writing the conclusion part, it will not be able to complete your task response. The task response is very much important. Whatever topic they have given you, the important part is you need to cover your things with the proper 4 paragraphs, in which conclusion plays an important role. Okay, so let's go for a good conclusion. What are the strategies? Return to the theme in the introduction. What is conclusion? Return to the theme in the introduction. Whatever you have written in your introduction, just return to this. Means whatever thought you have given to your introduction part, just return to it. Referring to the introductory paragraph in your conclusion is a good way to make your essay more cohesive and complete. Again, whatever written in your introduction means opinion. If you have written opinion in your introduction, rewrite your opinion in the conclusion. This is called thesis. Okay, think about it as bringing your reader to a full circle. To achieve this, use keywords or concepts mentioned in the introduction. See, this is just a theoretical part. You do not understand right now, or specifically for the beginners, they do not understand what is going on right. But with the help of example and format, you will be able to understand. Okay. So for those students who have written number of writing tasks, for them it is very important that if you are referring to your introductory paragraph, and you write the same thing again with good paraphrase in the conclusion with some important keywords that you have added in your BP1 and BP2, this will give you a good conclusion. Now, how long you can write your introduction, how many words you should include? The answer is you need to write your introduction, or you can cover your introduction with the word limit of 30 to 35 words. I urge you not to write more than 35 words in your conclusion. It will be suffice to add 35 words, minimum or maximum. The second thing is include a brief summary of the essay's main points. I already told you right now that just add the keywords of the body paragraph idea. What you have written in your body paragraphs, just add a summary of it. So it is important that you summarize your main arguments in your conclusion, and always try to write in I can say in a complex sentence. Okay, so include a brief summary of the essay's main points, and this makes sure that you show the examiner how the points you made and examples you need fit together. Next, vary your language. Do not copy the words again and again. So when you restating your main points in your conclusion, restate. It is important to restate your main points. So don't forget to vary your language. In other words, try not to repeat the same words again and again. Paraphrasing will help you show the examiner a wide range of vocabulary. Okay, paraphrase means synonyms, and rewrite the word with your own with the different word. That is simply a paraphrase. And at last, give your opinion. Again, there are two paragraphs in which you have to write your opinion. There are two paragraphs, and these important paragraphs are introduction and conclusion. Always write your opinion if it is required. The condition apply is if your topic is demanding your opinion, write your opinion in the introduction and conclusion. Okay, so if you haven't already given your introduction, your opinion by the time you get to your conclusion, make sure you include it in your closing paragraph. Okay, then some points about conclusion is, do not add new information to the conclusion. Conclusion is all about summarize your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 thoughts in the conclusion and opinion. These two things are only important part in your conclusion. I will give you the format in the next slide so that you can note it down and understand the importance what I am telling you right now. Do not add new information to the conclusion. It is a waste of time, waste of thought, and you are going off the track, I can say. So please not add any extra information to the conclusion. It is just the summary of your body paragraph 1 and 2 in 2 to 3 lines. That's it. Any new ideas or main points should be covered in the main body paragraphs. If it is there in the paragraph, then only you can add, otherwise you do not. You can paraphrase the thesis statement from the introduction. Yes. Again, whatever written in the introduction is your topic paraphrase. So you can rephrase it in the conclusion also. This will show that you have a good understanding of a vocabulary, and it will leave a good impression on the examiner. Just remember, it's not necessary to paraphrase everything. Okay. Do not go into too much detail. Conclusion should only be about 2 to 3 sentences long. Keep it short and concise. This is the point that I already told you. Try to write your essay in a crisp format. Make sure that you have gone up to 280 words. Make sure about this. I am again keep on telling the thing that you should be concise in your writing. Don't go beyond 280 words. Means there is something inside it. Okay, so if you're exaggerating like that only, it is a waste of your time and examiner's time also. Okay, so be short and simple. Sometimes you can have prediction statement, as if statements such as in a problem solution essay. This shows that you have a good range of grammar, but make sure it doesn't make the conclusion too long. Keep the conclusion to 2 to 3 sentences maximum. That means 30 to 35 words. Students, please note it down. You need to write your introduction not more than 35 words. Okay. The next one is, you need to use a linking device when concluding. You need to use linking device. So it is again that this is called cohesive devices. So cohesive devices is devices are you can add some linkers. Okay. So linkers means what? For example, whenever you start your conclusion, always write to conclude, to sum up, or in conclusion. What I feel, in conclusion and to conclude, these are the best linkers. There are other linkers also, all in all, in a nutshell, I put my pen down, I don't know what students write, in a nutshell. These are the worst linkers, I can say. I do not recommend these linkers to be used, because these are so cliche, and these are specifically, I feel that these are informal English for me. If you want to write, okay, there are other words also, like many students write to recapitulate, to agglomerate. What thing is happening here? In your body para 1 and 2, you are writing simple English, and then you are using hi-fi linkers. This examiner understands all this thing. So try to be in a format. Try to write the things in normal standard way. They do not want your uncommon vocabularies. They do not want your uncommon English. They only want to check your English in a way that they want to. So to conclude or in conclusion is the best linker, what I feel, for the students. With the help of this, students can reach up to 8 or 9 bands. Okay. So let's go with the format. What is the format? This is the hidden part, and this is now I have revealed that in front of you, that this is the only format. Trust me, if you are following this, automatically you will be getting in the format. Okay. So what is this? Introduce. The only important concept of introduction is introduce your topic. There are topics. See, the first thing is, in your essay writing, there are around 8 types of essays you will be getting, and out of that you'll be getting 1 essay in your examination. 8 types. Generally people speak there are 4 or 5, like opinion, discussion, this, but for students, to make them understand, I write all the types of essays. Right. Number 1, do you agree, disagree? Number 2, to what extent do you agree, disagree? Although the format is same for those, both these. Okay. The third is, what are the advantages and disadvantages? The fourth is, do you think the advantages outweigh disadvantages? The fifth is, what are the problems and what are the solutions? Sixth is, what are the causes and what are the effects? Seventh is, what are the problems and what are the causes and what are the solutions? Eighth is 2 questions based essay. So these 8 types of questions are there, and any one you can see in your examination. But for all the types, for all the things, you have only one common format, and that is this, what you can see in your presentation. The first part is an introduction, where you can see the first line you can write is global sentence. Global sentence or global, this is also called general statement or global statement. This is purely optional. If you want to write, you can just write down. If you do not want to write, it is okay. But for 7 bands answer, it is very important to write global sentence. See, global sentence is not the formality, I can say. Global sentence is that particular line where you can show the examiner the real time feeling of that. For example, any topic if you are getting for the technology, if it is saying that internet, or nowadays people are addicted to technology or internet, or children are addicted to video games, kind of such topic you are getting. Now whenever I want to start my global part, global is which is very common to you and very common to me also, and it is common to everybody. This is global line. What is this? Now in this era, or humans cannot live, or people cannot live these days, or in this world without technology, or life cannot be imagined without the use of technology these days. What is this? This is the line I have created, which is real time for you also and for me also. How good line is this? Life cannot be imagined these days without the use of technology. Now this line is called global sentence, which is very optional, but this is fruitful for those students who want 7 bands plus. Okay, so global sentence is optional, but you can use, and I urge you to use it. But many people can write the things. For example, if you are getting the topic, for internet specifically, and you are writing your general statement for the technology, where technology plays an important role in humans' life, and then you are writing some people are addicted to video games. Now there is a difference. If you have your topic related to internet, write the topic global sentence related to internet. If your topic is related to computer games, write your topic related to computer games. Okay, general statement means your general statement should be linked to paraphrase properly. This is important. Whatever you are writing, make sure that you can attach that global sentence to the paraphrase, so that the synchronization and the coherence will come stronger. Okay, so global statement, life cannot be imagined without the use of gadgets these days. Hence many children are associated with it, and they constantly play video games, or many different games on it. What is this? This is nothing but I have created my global sentence and connected to my paraphrase of the topic. Now the second part is paraphrase. Paraphrase is rewrite the topic in your own words. Rewrite the topic. That is simply whatever the topic you can see. I will give you examples in my further slides. What is this? Rewrite means you need to rewrite with different words. Paraphrase can be done in 3 different ways. The first part, if the topic is active, make it passive. If the topic is passive, make it active. And the third part, you can see, you can write your paraphrase with the help of gerund also. Start your paraphrase with these 3 ways: active to passive, passive to active, or you can also start with the gerund. And the third part is thesis statement. Okay, what is gerund? Gerund is something, it is acting as a noun, but it is actually a verb. But gerund is ing form of verb acting as a noun. Okay, for example, smoking is injurious to health. Now here, smoking, if I can see that the word smoke is a verb, but if I am adding it ing and taking it as a subject, it is acting as a gerund. So you can write with the help, or you can start your topic with the gerund form. Okay, like for example, playing video games is considered to be an addiction nowadays, or playing video games is an addiction nowadays, and because as the technology is revolutionized, this addiction is growing at a faster pace. What is this? Ultimately, playing video games. Okay, so ultimately I use this as a gerund form. Okay, so introduction, paraphrase, and then after paraphrase, the third part is thesis statement. Thesis statement is nothing but you need to submit your thesis as you do after PhD. Okay, what is this? The whole soul response of your topic. After the topic, you will be getting a task whether to write this topic on agree, disagree, advantage, disadvantage, discuss both views, or 2 questions, or problem solutions. Are you getting? This is the task. Now response of the task is called thesis. Whatever the topic is, just respond to it. So now there is something whether you need to give your opinion or not. So opinion is if required, plus keywords of the ideas. Now what is this keyword? Always I tell my students to brainstorm before writing. Just make the column. If the topic is advantage, disadvantage, write the thoughts, advantage thought and disadvantage thought, so that you will be getting the knowledge that what to write in that 30 minutes. If you directly start your writing, your speaking mind is working. So brainstorm your thoughts, and then that thought keyword you can include in the thesis statement. I work for those students who are struggling with writing and who are stuck with themselves with 6.5 bands. I want them to go for 7 bands. This is my ultimate goal for IELTS writing. I work specifically for those students who do not know the format. The first thing. The second thing is I work for those students who are actually struggling and who have given 3, 4, 5 times their IELTS and they are not getting 7. Why they are not getting 7? There is something fishy. So I just identify that mistake and I make them aware about the thing. Okay. So trust me for this. Keywords are very important. Keywords of ideas are very important for the students who are going for 7 bands. Okay. And then the conclusion part. Conclusion is you need to add concluding linker. Concluding linker I told you already. In conclusion, to conclude or to sum up. This is important. Okay. So concluding linker. Then summarize the body paragraph. I already told you about this, summarize the body paragraph. What is this? You need to summarize, you need to rewrite the thought of body para 1 and 2 in 2 to 3 lines. Okay. So summarize the body paragraph and then restate your opinion. Now read what I have written in that blue line. What is this? Give some personal opinion. Give some personal opinion, hopes, fears or recommendation about the future. Now restate your opinion, and after that if you are finding that there is something or your conclusion is too small, because if you have restated your opinion also and moreover you have given the paraphrase also, and you are finding that there is something, again you are finding that you need to write more, just give some personal opinions or recommendation about the future also. So this is the format and this is the best way to go with. So let's look out some of the examples of it so that you can understand it importantly. Okay, so let's go with first part. The first thing is introduction here and second thing is conclusion here. So read the topic. What is this topic? In today's times, internet is making it easy to study online from home. Some prefer online courses to study and they think it is better. Others prefer classroom education. Discuss both views and share your opinion. Now you can see, in today's time, internet is making it easy to study online from home. Some prefer online courses to study and they think it is better. Others prefer classroom education. Now my topic is discuss both views and share your opinion. Okay. So introduction is, first line is general statement. The second line is paraphrase. The third line is thesis statement. Okay. So let's begin. The topic is Internet is making it easy to study online from home. Okay. Now some prefer to use online courses to study, but others prefer classroom study. Now you can see that there are two contradicting features you can see. One prefer to study online, however others feel that classroom study or classroom education is better. Now discuss both views and share your opinion. Whenever you find such things, always try to write complex sentence, because complex sentence is nothing but the importance of good writing. Let's begin. This is my introduction. Thanks to the popularization of the World Wide Web, studying has been easier than ever before. Thanks to the popularization of the World Wide Web, studying has been easier than ever before. This is my general statement, because now I am giving my thanks. Many people write in nowadays technology plays a crucial role in everybody's life. This is so cliche. Give something different to the examiner. Give something different feeling of yours related to the topic to the examiner. So thanks to the popularization of the World Wide Web, studying has been easier than ever before. General line. Now let's paraphrase. Paraphrase is rewrite. Now my topic is some prefer online course to study and they think it is better. Students from all over the world are taking advantage from online courses. The one and the same thing. Some prefer online courses to study. Who study these days or who study generally? Students. So students from online all over the world are taking advantage from online courses offered by institutions and studying at home. Regardless, some pupils are not so keen on this learning style and prefer classic classroom education or traditional mode of education, I can say. So what I have done, see, I have paraphrased this beautifully. Students from all over the world are taking advantage from online courses. This is the one and the same thing that is my topic is saying. Some prefer online courses to study and they think it is better. Others prefer classroom education. So what is this? Students from all over the world are taking advantage from online courses offered by institutions and studying at home. Now there is semicolon. This is very important, and you need to learn this semicolon punctuation for 7 bands. If you are not, maybe if you are adding one semicolon, trust me, you'll be getting 7. Okay. And regardless, some people are not so keen on this learning style and prefer classroom education. Now, response to my topic. Other prefer discuss both views and share your opinion. Now, if I'm responding this in my last line of my introduction, this is, I can say, this is thesis statement. Okay. So what is my response to this? This essay will discuss why, although traditional classes have their upside, means this essay will discuss why traditional classes have their upside, means the importance of traditional classes are there, comma, here comma is but online education is ultimately superior. So after comma, this is a fact that you feel that online education is better than traditional mode of education. Okay, so students, if you have any doubt, you can just comment here so that I can understand your doubts and queries, and in this particular session will be able to help you out in this. Okay, so this is the way. The next topic will be there in your further slide, but make sure that you can write the things and the comment section so that I must be aware about this, and I will be here to solve your query. Okay. So this is my introduction. See, this is so good introduction. You can read it just once for 30 seconds. Read it properly. If you have any query, just write the comment here and ask me where you are stuck in. Okay, now let's come to the conclusion part. Now conclusion is again the same thing. Again, the first format is concluding linker. So to conclude. Now again, if there are two contradicting one view is positive, one view is negative, always try to add complex. In the same way I have used conjunctive adverb in my introduction. See, to conclude, while there are a number of fields which demand a traditional classroom approach, a gigantic number of areas can be studied through the internet, and the advantages with this method are multifarious. See how good it is. To conclude, while there are a number of fields, means ultimately what I am doing, I am giving the advantages of both the part. But my opinion is online classes are better. So what we can do, I am saying that while there are a number of fields which demand traditional classroom approach, but this word gigantic means I am favoring more this term. A gigantic number of areas can be studied through the internet, and the advantage with this method are multifarious. So see, I have used while with comma, approach after approach I have added comma. So what is this? I have used one complex sentence, and then after that I have added one compound sentence. You can see, and in the last line, in second last line I have added and before and there is a comma. So my whole conclusion is based on complex and compound sentence. Okay. The next is next essay topic is overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. Overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. Identify one or those serious ones and suggest ways that governments and individuals can tackle these problems. Now, overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. My main topic is overpopulation. Overpopulation of urban areas leads to numerous problems. Now, before writing this, just make sure that you have already brainstormed your idea. So, what are the problems? First, make it out. Okay, and what are the solutions? Suggest ways. You can suggest ways that government or individuals can tackle these problems. So this is called brainstorming. Okay, so let's brainstorm the thing. And after brainstorming, okay, what are the problems you can face? The first is the population is increasing, and because of this you can feel the problem of traffic also. First, this is my main idea. Maybe I can feel the traffic congestion problem. I can feel unemployment is increasing. I can feel environmental pollution, that is related to traffic congestion also. If you're starting, okay, traffic ultimately leads to environmental pollution. So what happens is there are some ideas you need to find out before only. Okay, so overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. So my problems are unemployment. My second problem, unemployment generation. The second problem is traffic congestion. Third is environmental pollution. So I have three ideas, but I need to stick myself to only two ideas. Okay, so I have taken population, unemployment, and environmental pollution. Okay, so let's start. Let's begin. These days, urban population is increasing alarmingly. Okay, these days urban population is increasing alarmingly. specifically with the migration of people from rural areas. I have given the reason also why overpopulation of urban areas is happening now. So these days urban population, overpopulation of urban areas, I have written one word for this, urban population, is increasing, right, has led to, so is increasing alarmingly, specifically with the migration of people from rural area to urban area. Now, what are the problems? The large numbers of population, have swollen the ranks of unemployed, means there's unemployment problem. Moreover, the highly dense population causes environmental pollution. Okay, so I have stated two causes. Large number, I have stated the keywords of the causes. Make sure, see, I have stated this. The large numbers of population have swollen the ranks of unemployed. Moreover, the highly dense population causes environmental pollution. However, we can curb the problem by dealing with the root cause of the issue. Okay, so this is my solution also, that however we can curb, or however the government and individuals can curb this problem by dealing with the root cause of the issue. So what first line was, urban population is increasing alarmingly, is a kind of general statement for me. And why? With the migration, or I can say, I haven't written here any kind of extra general statement, these lines are suffice. So I have written here only paraphrase and causes keyword and only solution line, that we can curb the problem. Okay, in conclusion, people are moving to the cities. See, ultimately migration of people from rural area to urban area, ultimately the same thing. I have paraphrased it in my conclusion. So in conclusion, people are moving to the cities, which in turn causes myriad of problems such as youth employment, crimes, pollutions, indecent housing, and so forth. The root cause of these overcrowded cities in the urbanization. In the case, rural development would stem the flood of population in the cities. Okay, so these are the root causes, and the solution is, if we can directly solve the root cause, so that we can create employment in the rural areas, and we can provide basic facilities so that they cannot migrate here. Okay, so in this way you can go with the thing. The next is, many museums charge for admission while others are free. Again, contradict you can find. Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museum outweigh the disadvantages? Every time you can check it out that there is opinion, right? Opinion is there. So you need to mention your opinion in your introduction also and conclusion also. So what is my first line? Many museums charge for admission while others are free. This is only my topic, but I want to start something good. So museums are the great place for people to know about the history and culture of a specific place, not of one, it's a. So museums are the great place for people to know about the history and culture of a specific place. This is my general statement, and this is so true about museums. This is for you, this is for me, this is the common part for everyone. So write that thing only where you can feel that this is a real-time definition of it. So museums are the great place for people to know about the history and culture of a specific place. People have been arguing whether the museum should charge the audiences for the admission fee or it should be all free. I have written here one complex part, whether or, couple word, whether or. So people have been arguing whether the museum should charge the audiences for the admission fee or it should be all free. This is my paraphrase, because my line is, many museums charge for admission while others are free. So I have made it like, people have been arguing whether it should be charge free or should have the admission fee. Now my response to the question: I am definitely in favor of charging a small admission fee to the target audience. Means you are saying that yes, advantages are more. So I am definitely in favor of charging a small admission fee to the target audience, which derives more benefits than drawbacks. Clearly stated opinion. This is called thesis statement. Okay. Now here I do not require keywords because already my word limit is okay, so I need not to add keywords. If you want to add keywords, just there is no need to add general statement. Ultimately we do not want to stretch my introduction to 70 words. I can limit by cut short the thing. So if general statement I am feeling that it is too long, just make it out. Okay. Now then, conclusion. What is conclusion? To conclude, although, now again the summary, although admission charge, again positive negative, so I can add although here. Although admission charge will attract fewer visitors in a museum, although admission charge will attract fewer visitors in a museum in many cases, considering the purpose of a nice museum and to cover the expenses it requires, the entry fees seem to have more advantages than the drawbacks. Again, what I have written: summarize the body paragraphs in 1-2 line in conclusion, adding linkers and adding again your opinion. So to conclude, although admission charge will attract fewer visitors in a museum in many cases, considering the purpose of a nice museum and to cover the expenses it requires, the entry fees seem to have more advantages than drawbacks. See how good. Means you have written the keywords also, that fewer visitors, it will attract fewer visitors only, but the purpose is to make the museum nice and cover the expenses, means maintaining cost and expenses, whatever it is availing. So that is what, to cover it, entry fee seems to have more advantages. Now let's look at the last part of, or the last example of the two-part question. Many people prefer to watch foreign films rather than locally produced films. Many people prefer to watch foreign films rather than locally produced films. Why could this be? This is the question he is asking me. Why could this be? Why it is happening? He's asking me. Should governments give more financial support to local film industries? Again, he is asking me. Okay, so why could this be is your cause, and so should government give more financial support is the suggestion. Okay, so let's start. It is true that foreign films are more popular in many countries than domestically produced films. Only paraphrase I have done. There is, I didn't feel to add global part, but for 7 bands it is important to add global. So it is true that foreign films are more popular in many countries than domestically produced films. Why could this be? Now I am giving the answer. There could be several reasons why this is the case, and you can state 2 keywords. And should government give more financial support? And I believe that governments should promote local film by subsidizing the industry. Okay, so this is very crisp, very short 6.5 bands answer. It's not more than that. But if you add keywords and if you add one complex sentence, it will directly jump to 7.5 bands, not 7. Okay, now let's have the conclusion. In conclusion, I believe that increased financial support could help to raise the quality of locally made films and allow them to compete with the foreign production that currently dominate the market. Okay, I repeat. In conclusion, I believe that, means restate your opinion with a summary. With the paraphrase of the topic, increased financial support could help to raise the quality of local made films and allow them to compete with the foreign productions that currently dominate the market. So ultimately you can see that these are the introduction where the format is same for all, and conclusion, the format is same for all. Let's look again one more. You can read it. Caring for children is important in society. All parents should be required to take childcare courses. To what extent do you agree, disagree? So you can see, children are the new generation in the society, and thus they are deserved to be cared properly. The question of whether all parents should be required to take childcare course or not remains a source of controversy. In my opinion, I totally agree with the idea that it is compulsory for all parents to learn class how to take care their child. Even there should be a law enacted by the government. Okay, so in this way, see, children are the new generation in the society, and they deserve to be cared properly. This is my general line. They are deserve to be cared properly. Now I'm going to parents training. So the question of whether all parents should be required to take, I have connected my general line to my paraphrase, and then after completion of my paraphrase, I have given my opinion. I totally agree with the idea that it is compulsory. In conclusion, in sum, taking care of children should be considered as most important profession in the world, which applicants are all parents. I suppose that not only children but also their parents have benefited from that parenting course. As a result, our society will be better and better. Read once so that you can understand it. Okay, and now this is the last part. I want to make you aware that these are the vocabulary for the opinion part and vocabulary for the end of the paragraph. Just find it out. I strongly opine, in my opinion, I strongly agree, I strongly disagree, I think, my opinion is that, in my view, apparently. You cannot write personally speaking. This is wrong. According to me is okay, from my point of view is okay, not in my point of view. Okay, and when you are going to end your things, to sum up in short, or I already told you, these are the just bookish words, but rather than using such, I urge you to write this part, that to conclude, in conclusion, to sum up, these are the good words. Okay, so I have told you about how to write proper introduction, how to write conclusion, what is the format of introduction, covering all the 3 points like general statement, paraphrase, and opinion, that is called thesis statement, and in conclusion, concluding linker, summarize, and restate your opinion. Okay, so I hope this was good for you. Just practice it and make me let me be aware about this thing, that you are going well. So whether if you are writing is, just post it here to me so that I can check your introduction and your conclusion and will give you a word that yes, you are going with the proper format or not. Always try to use complex sentences whenever you are finding it contradictory. Always try to add conjunctive adverbs so that you will be getting good bands in your punctuation marks also. So ultimately, it's the whole soul of English. It is not about you have to use extraordinary English. It is all about you need to add good words and standard words with proper English in a proper format. Okay, so I hope this whole presentation for introduction and conclusion is useful to you. Make sure about the format also. Revisit the examples what I have given to you to understand again about that format in a systematic way, that your introduction should cover all the 3 points and your conclusion should cover all the 3 points. Okay, and we'll be back with more IELTS session, or for modules, different modules, maybe speaking, writing, listening and reading. Every topic we want to cover, so that you will be getting the awareness about how to crack this with good bands. Okay, so thank you for the day, and we'll be having you with more modules with further part. Okay, further part. Thank you.